and welcome. It's a good day to be on the farm. A foggy day, but a good day. I want to welcome you to this video where I show you a couple of interesting places to start on the Hutan Pantai map. Just so you know that where you can actually start a farm if you like to do farm manager like I do, rather than just starting in the preset area with the preset equipment. So I want to show you field 46, 47, and the farmstead on lot 60. So first we're going to start with the fields. I found a couple of little fields over here that are up on this hill, so I thought that would be interesting and a little bit different. I've got some soybeans here on 47. They definitely have some weeds, but beyond that, look pretty good and still growing. I might spray those actually. And here's a sorghum field that I already harvested on field 46. And then let me just show you. So 46, 47. Let me get to the farmland. So 46 was cheap. It was only 98,000. It's only 1.6 hectares. And then 47 was 1.3 or 137,000, excuse me, to buy, but it's 2.29 hectares. So two reasonable starting fields, not huge. So you can buy some smaller equipment and you can still probably manage on here. But I wanted to show you, and then lot 60, we'll show you in a second, is the farmyard up here for 200,000. But this gets you a lot because it's going to get you a farmhouse, a silo, a petrol tank, the sawmill, and I think a lime sell point. And then all of this up here, which I believe is for forestry, but we'll get to that in a second. So, what I wanted to do was back out to the crop types. This is way up here in the north side of the map. So the normal farm manager, if you start, or if you do the new farmer, it's way down here and it's got all those rice fields. And then there's, lots of different areas that you can start, but these preset ones that come with farmhouses and silos and things like that are always kind of appeal to me because placing a farmhouse is expensive and it never sits right. And placing silos, it's hard to drive on and off if they're not a completely flat area. So I love that in FS25, they're doing some things to make that possible. So here at the north side of the map, you can start right here with all the things that you would need, but you're ready to rock. You've got your silo, which again, I harvested the sorghum already, so let me just kind of show you around. There's my header trailer and my tipper, but I've been dropping, excuse me, that was overcorrected there a little bit because of these narrow tires. So here's my silo. I thought it was going to show me if I came up to it. Well, we'll just show you on here. Nope, we'll show you on here how much sorghum we got off of it. And of course, sorghum starts with an S, so it's going to be bottom of the list. I wish there was a way to like page down, maybe in an update, who knows. But base game can't page down. So where did all my sorghum go? Well, that is silly. Tell me I didn't sell that. September. Did we do crops sold? This should be good to know. My loan interest is up there. Property maintenance, crops sold. I don't see any green numbers. Okay, well now, I apologize for this slight derailment, but I am curious. So we're going to just make sure that we can get our sorghum out of there. Because normally when you store it, it shows up on your map there. And I swore that I tested this earlier, and it did. But we're just going to make sure that we can get our sorghum out. Because I don't want to tell you to use this as a starting area if the silo is bugged. And then maybe Farmstead will fix it at some point in time. Or Giants, I guess. Yeah, okay, here it is. I got 21,000 liters of sorghum. I'll just load some in here. It's really easy to unload, but so on and so forth. So you can grab your, so it does come with a silo. I don't know why it wasn't showing on the areas. I'm sure that'll get sorted out here. We're still within a week of release, so they're probably still working on some bugs. But then you got this area up here, which I'm not going to try to drive to, but I was able to park my harvester here. And a nice flat area. Here's your petrol tank. And again, you can fill it up by coming over here, and you can buy, you know, 200 liters, 100 liters, 50 liters, all the way up to 5,000 liters if you want to go nuts, and then have your fuel paid for. I don't ever fill that much. And this looks like a lime to me. It looks like where you get your lime and you fill, but I haven't been able to select that one on the map, so I'm not 100% sure what that does. Haven't needed it yet. So anyway, that's these two areas down here, and it is a bit of a hill, so I've got this little one, and I do struggle pulling that full tipper up here, so maybe get a bigger tractor if you're going to use this one than I did. But you got these nice sheds, so you've got this one here you can park the harvester in, this one you can park the tractor in over there. You've got another shed over here with the farmhouse. So it's kind of a little bit tighter of a lot, but that's okay because they're not huge fields, you don't need huge equipment. So you got this shed here too, which you can shut the door on, park your tractor in there if you want. Up here you've got your standard farmhouse, you can sleep there, change your wardrobe there. And then, interestingly enough, this one's got a sawmill. I haven't really done much of the lumber, to be honest, so I'm not super familiar with it, but there are lots of interesting things you can do with a sawmill in this game. Like there's some sheds that you can basically buy the... I wonder if I can afford one right now just to show you. Yeah, you know what, let's just throw one down and see. Because it'll be easier to show you, and I'm not probably going to play this map because I've already got a farm going on Hutan Pantai. If you go to construction, and you go to factories, cows, fences, nope, sheds, silos, silo extension, constructibles. So constructibles are all these things that you can build. So this is a farmhouse. Let me find a shed. Yeah, so like here's a little farm garage. And I'll get to show you two things here with this. Number one, this thing only costs 1,000, but it's going to, with the flattening and everything, it's going to cost us $4,800 to place this. And obviously I wouldn't put it here if I wasn't demonstrating, but you see that number, if I can find a spot. So we're going to plop that there. So it makes this constructible. See how this dips in, and so much leveling had to go into it, and it's completely messed up this side of the hill and the driveway and all the things. You're never going to be able to get a tractor up there. So this is why I like these preset ones, because when you try to place farmhouses and sheds and things on a hill, it never works. But anyway, in this constructible, it says you need wood beams, planks, and logs, 1,000 liters of each. So in order to build this garage that we just placed, I need to start dropping things that come out of the sawmill. So if we were to go into the woods back here, and let me see if I can figure out how to get up there. This was the other thing I wasn't sure of on the map, but we will just take a look. Lot 60 goes all the way up here, but we basically, with our farmhouse and our sheds, are only using this like west side of it. The east side is all inaccessible right now. So, oh, and this is now in my way. Can I squeeze around this? I apologize if I roll my tractor in this video. But, nope. Yeah, see, this is why I don't like placing things unless you got a nice flat area. There's some maps that are very flat and you can go nuts on. But on these, I like the presets because you can buy some. Yeah, so this road, if we follow this road up and around into the woods, we own all these trees. Get into the cab because it's too much cover. But we're going to drive up here and show you what is what. So, I mean, I think we're getting a little bit past it now, but basically, are these owned by me? Does it say? Yeah. Yeah, so this is going to tell me what type of tree it is and the length of it, and this is all wood that I can cut down and haul to that little sawmill, and then I can use that lumber to place and build those constructibles. So anyway, just an interesting part of the map. Thought, hey, this is pretty good for farm manager. You know, get your $1 million, figure out what you want to do. If you want to continue to do lumbering, there's all these other lots of trees you can buy. Or if you just want to focus on farming, you can start with these 2 fields and then work your way down and buy some of these other fields as well. So this is the first of, I believe, 3 areas I'm going to show you where you can start on this map. So stay tuned and I will skip to the next one. All right, thanks. Be right back. Welcome back to the second preset area where you can start on Farm Manager on the Hutan Pantai map. So this is the one that if you start on New Farmer, this is the one it puts you in because it wants to show off rice, the new crop, and all the things. So here is one on field 30 where it's got rice that's ready to harvest. And it's got this little greenhouse for your rice saplings. Now rice I haven't messed around with yet, but it does look pretty labor intensive because the width of the planter and the harvester are very small. So if you're going to want to do big fields, you're going to need multiple harvesters and planters, or you're going to have your work cut out for you. But so this is lot 30. You don't even have to buy this one. I just wanted to show you on the map. If you buy lot 30 right here, it's only 47,000. It comes with this field and it comes with the greenhouse. So that's actually a steal. Rice sells pretty well, so you're getting a full crop off of it once you get the harvester, and you're already getting the greenhouse you need to replant it. There's also these fields down here you could buy for another 83,000, which I believe are in the new start or the new farmer if you start on this map. But I didn't want to buy those. I just wanted to show you this one in case you wanted it. But I'm actually going to sell it because I haven't done rice yet. So I'm sure at some point in time we will. Why is it not letting me sell it? Whatever. Anyway, so that's the first one, field 30 down here. The ones that I do recommend you buy are this one up here, which is 27 and 28. So let's start with 27 here, which is, excuse me, this one right here. It gets you all of this stuff, including farmhouse, a greenhouse, a field, and a beehive. So in this big flat area up here, which has got these buildings on it, which I believe, although you can use some of them, you could actually sell some too. So turn on the lights so you can see. So it's got this garage, which is nice. You could probably fit this tractor in there. Although I got the wide tires on it because I like how this tractor looks with the wide tires. Can it fit? Nope, it can't. It's just a little bit too short. But that's good for, I think, the rice harvester if you want to start up here. But it's got these other sheds. And since we're here, you can't do anything with this. You can't go in it or anything, I don't believe. Let me just check. No, you can't. So let me just see what you could get from selling these, because that's interesting too. So yeah, you can select this. Yeah, and it's only, $4,000, but hey, $4,000 is nothing to see. You can sell that barn for $4,000. Can you select this little woodshed? Nope. Can't select the woodshed, but anyway, you could sell this barn for 4,000. Put up an actual shed that you can use. There's a couple other placeables over there that I think you could sell if you needed to as well. But it gives you a nice big flat area to kind of start all of your farm on. And then it gives you this greenhouse, which is for mushrooms. So that's new to the FS25. I do want to play around with that at some point in time, but I haven't yet. But I think you just put water into it like the other greenhouses. So just get that little $6,000 tank that holds 2,000 liters. And you can fill that up and get some mushrooms. But then, of course, you've got this ramp that comes down here. And here is one field that I believe is already plowed and ready to go. So that's nice. Yep. Field info, plowed, needs lime. Okay. So you can get that and line that up. And also comes with your farmhouse right here, which you can see the 2 icons sitting right up there, the one to sleep and the one to change your wardrobe. So that's field 27. Comes with all those buildings in the farmhouse, all preset, so you don't have to mess up the ground when you place it, and gets you a little farm to start with, and then has the beehive on there. And then I would suggest buying this one right across the street as well, 28, because this silo holds 150,000 liters of grain, which is nice. Placing a silo is a pain and expensive. And then it also gives you this field right here, which, as you can see, let me flip back, is cultivated. So even if you don't get 30, if you're not going to do rice, you can start with 28 and 27 and have 2 fields ready to plant. And like even buying these 3 fields and this starting tractor, the Challenger, And this one for rice that I don't even want to do. Let me try to sell it again. Oh, it has placeables. Yeah. So because it has placeables, you can't sell. That makes sense. Okay. So, um, but even by buying these 3 lots, getting sheds that I need, getting 2 different greenhouses, and getting some fields ready to go and a silo, I still have 700,000 left to play with. And I've already got this Challenger tractor, which is, I believe, 200 horsepower because I got the big one. Put the wide tires on it, so this should be able to handle anything that I would need for these 2 fields. Then you can expand down. Let me just show you the map one last time. So this one is down here on the lower left-hand corner. There's plenty of fields down here you can get if you want to do all the different crops. If you want to do rice, obviously get 30 and 31 because they have pipes and you have to flood the fields, and there's specific things that you do with that. And there's even this 23, which is for forestry, but I would not recommend this spot for forestry. There's another, or the first spot I showed in the video up in the north is better for forestry, in my opinion. And then if you want, you can expand down here to these fields that would be on your way to selling everything down here at the port anyway. So that's the second starting area. And again, you can do New Farmer and it'll give you all the equipment that you need and $100,000 to play with and some of this land, but I prefer to buy my own stuff that's not used and kind of mix and match however I want. Like if I don't want to do rice, I'm not buying 30 and 31, and then I can really go nuts on a big field somewhere, you know, like either some of these or maybe just go all in for, how much does field 7 cost? Yeah, this one's 500,000, but I could afford this with those 2 starting areas, 27, 28, and still probably lease the harvester, but buy the planter and the cultivator and everything else and be ready to rock and make a ton of money off of these soybeans. So anyway, that is the second spot I wanted to show you. The third spot is the one I'm actually playing myself, and I'll show you that here in just a minute in the video. But I hope you enjoyed this and just a couple different ideas for those of you who are like me and want to do farm manager instead of New Farmer on the game and get $1 million and go nuts. So thanks for watching. The last bit will be here in just a second. Hang in there. And finally, I want to show you the farmstead that I set up on the Hutan Pantai map off of field 4. So this is, I'll just show you on the map real quick. Let me go back to, where's the ones you can buy? Okay, so field 4 is right here in the middle, and you can buy it like this. It is $480,000, but it's actually a really nice setup, and I'm going to show you why. So you kind of pull in here. It's really close to the farm shop. The farm shop is kind of off in the distance. You can kind of see it right there in the upper left. But it comes with some sheds. So it's got this big shed that's high enough to hold a harvester. So I've got my harvester in there. It's got this little shed, which I don't have anything in yet. But I was going to store some fertilizer and things like that, herbicide in there. Just I don't have forklift yet down here on the farm. It comes with this one greenhouse, which is nice. This is the medium tarp greenhouse, which grows 6 different types of vegetables. And then it comes with this other shed over here, which I was going to store one of the tractors in, and then a farmhouse right here. And then I'll also drive around and show you field 4 here in a second, because it is a nice large field. Lots of stuff you can do with that. So then farmhouse here, obviously you can sleep right there, or you can change your wardrobe right there. So everything you kind of need is right there. But in addition, what I really like about this is if you go a little bit farther, it's got this whole extra set of sheds. Small doors, but like you could store a ton of equipment in here. So once you do get your farm set up and you've got everything, you can store all your implements in here. I think there's plenty of room to just kind of spread things out in there, or maybe even stack some grain silos or some bags of grain and seeds and all the things. And then here, it's got this long one here, which also I think would be good for putting a harvester in or whatever you want to do. So maybe even bales. Not there yet. But so this is an additional kind of shed that's there. I got a worker going in that field here, field 4, which we'll show you in just a second, which is giant. I think it's 5 hectares. But we'll get there. And then it also comes with this little grain silo here, which is really nice. And I'm going to do some quick math on the fly, so forgive me when I get it wrong. I started with this little 8,000 liter tipper, but the silo has 80,000 liters of canola in it and 70,000 basically of sorghum. And then this little trailer is full of another 8,000 liters of sorghum because I couldn't fit it all in. So I'm going to show you guys what I did. I started in Farm Manager, as I always do, because I just like $1 million and I'm going to make my own farm. And I think the idea is to have 3 and 4 together, but I wasn't going to. What is this crop type? I think it's, sorry, getting distracted. Yeah, it's parsnips. I wanted to maybe try to get the parsnips out, but the equipment, I just couldn't afford it. I would love to do parsnips at some point in time just because I don't think I ever have. But anyway, so I didn't want to buy 3 and 4 together because I just didn't think I could afford the equipment to, get what I needed for field 4 and then also buy equipment for parsnips. So didn't want to mess with that. Plus I started with this little tractor. Where is the one where you're going to the farm? So I bought 4 and then I also bought field 2, which is the farm shop is right here. It's the one right across the street from the farm shop. It is giant. So this one is 8.3 hectares for $500,000. And then here, 8.1. So similar size. It's just got the little dog leg to it. But they're not north-south. They're kind of diagonal. So it's more interesting to farm. It's more interesting to do the things with because it's not a straight line. So I always kind of like that because I got kind of bored of just doing all the rectangles. Although there is something to be said for that. It does make it easier on the console because you can line up your compass. But regardless, so I spent pretty much my $1 million just between these two fields. But this one was nice. I didn't have to put a silo in, didn't have to put a farmhouse in, didn't have to put a greenhouse in. But yeah, there's my $1 million right there just on land. So I've been kind of running cheap on the vehicles on this one, but wanted to kind of show you everything. And then, yeah, I just love this little dogleg field. And I've got, 16 hectares of crop production basically each season. And this little silo can't even hold it all. Like 150,000 liters was the max. And I got enough sorghum and canola that I had to leave some in the tipper. And I think there's even some still in let me just flip over. Yeah, I still have, 1,200 liters in the actual harvester because I couldn't, even with my one trailer, couldn't get it all filled up. So anyway, so I ended up having to lease this tractor to pull this cultivator after I harvested. The canola was on this field number 2, or this is field 4, but the canola was on field 2, and then the sorghum was here on this field. So because I couldn't afford any equipment, I've been leasing the tractors and the implements. And now that we are done, let me just check to make sure that we are done harvesting or cultivating. Yep, cultivated completely. We're going to go ahead and come down to our equipment. And where is it? Yep, leased. We're going to return. Okay. And we're going to keep this tractor for a little bit longer just because, well, actually, let me take this way back. Just because we also, in the sales, were able to get a giant seeder, which will make seeding the 16 hectares much easier. So again, here's the one field, field 4, that's next to the farmland, which we just got cultivated. Here's field 3 of the parsnips, which I'm going to want to buy eventually, but I couldn't afford, given that I had bought the 2 larger fields. And then right up here, if you just cross the bridge, here is field 2, which I've also harvested with this leased tractor and cultivated, with the leased tractor and leased cultivator. And then I bought this really big seeder that was in the sales. So I was excited about this. So I wanted to get a tractor that could pull that cultivator and also pull the seeder. So anyway, little tour of this farmyard, but I think this is a great setup if you're just like, I'm ready to start harvesting and planting and getting a lot of crop off. I would recommend field 4. All right. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. See you guys in the next one.